So, back again. Now we were supposed to do the floor plans, so I will start by removing this door, or not removing but hiding with the H key, and then I'm left with the door. And I'm building in this area, away from the modules, but close enough I can easily select them. And I'm thinking, when building the floor plan, it's good to have everything nicely aligned with the grid. So this is our entryway, the doorway in the map here. And then we have some walls, wall and window, and so forth. Now, when I made the modules, I now notice that if I build it like this, and this, and when I start making this wall, it looks fine in my rough plan, but now when I look at it here, it's immediately obvious that for a bakery this room is maybe too large. But now it doesn't matter. If we just remove this and we put this here, then it's maybe a little too small. But on the other hand, when we use these modules, we can simply move these a big bit inside, like this. We have small part clipping here, but it doesn't really matter because that's outside the play area. So we can just carry on. According to the plan, we have windows here. So we place the window, yeah, and then on the corresponding side on the other end of the room, like this. And then we can continue. And here we were supposed to have the staircase. So I'll just make enough room for that. That's probably enough. And then make the back wall where we were supposed to have a window. And a door. Take that doorway and place a copy of it in here. Like that. Now when we need to complete, of course, this one. Done. Okay, now we have the first floor fleshed out. And now we need to seal this, because now if I would demap this, it would fail because we have entities or like this func statics. They are in the void, and that would cause the map compiler to crash. So we can encapsulate these. I draw a box so that I envelop everything inside. Good thing to notice that if I choose something and then I draw in this top-down view, the height of the object will be the same as the object that was chosen last. So this makes it very easy to encapsulate entire rooms. And now if I simply click this make room button, then I have encapsulated the whole volume I chose previously with these extra brushes, which now form a ceiling room. So it's easy way to do a room. And I will just apply a wood texture on these new brushes. I will set the scale to 0.3, which is better looking. So now we have the first room ready. We also need to seal these modules because they are in the void, and if I would try to compile this, it would fail. So I will make the same thing for this. And I think I'll also apply the wood texture on this. Like that. Now I could compile this mission without issues. Well, if I had the player start in here. First floor is now almost complete. Now, according to the plan, we were supposed to have stairs going to the second floor. So I will do those next. And usually when mapping, it's good idea to find the easiest way to do something. So here I see I have a nice beam here, so I could just take this, I could turn it back to world spawn so I can edit it individually, remove everything except this block, make it 2 units wide, and then adjust the textures so that the crack is in the middle. Looks good. So now I have a step for the staircase, and I can make it into a full staircase by simply cloning first, and now I have a bunch of them. I can choose them all and clone them as well. And now I have a staircase that goes all the way up. All I need to do is put it in the correct place. About the lengths, I chose now 72 units. Usually the AI requires something like 32 times 32 area so it can move, so this is plenty for the AI. It shouldn't have any issues traveling in this staircase. So let's place the staircase in place. I think that's a good place for it anyway. And then we can move on to make the next floor, and for that we needed door, window and a wall. I will move copies of it nearby, and on the same level like this. So first we needed some actually we could place a window here, that would probably be good. So let's take a window and put it here, and then we can start working with the walls. Like that. And now we have 4 walls here, so it makes difficult to place a window in the middle, but we can do it anyway by simply choosing the window and placing it in the middle part like this, and then we can just move these walls out of the way. Like that. Again, we are gonna have some parts sticking out, but it doesn't matter. As long as the origin is this widget here is inside the map geometry, ceiling geometry. So continuing, we want to have a wall here and a window. There. And according to the plan, next we have 1 wall and then the doorway. Oops, we can actually take this whole doorway because we only have 1. And the doorway goes here. And according to the original plan, the idea was to make this part so that one can see downstairs from here and here, and this is the chimney. So next we can do, okay, maybe I save at this point. Carrying on, next I will complete the bedroom, which had a window. Now what you will see now is that I take the modules and I leave 8 units thick hole between them. You will see soon why. And I will then carry on building the rest of the top floor. So here goes the walls. Actually I need to also have the walls in this part. There is now some mismatch with the modules, but it doesn't matter because I have some extra room in there, so I can simply move this here and it fits nicely there. And let's complete the bedroom now. I need correspondingly, of course, these walls here. And then I was supposed to have windows here and here. So let's make... Actually now when I look at this, I think the window should maybe be... Yes. Well, I could place them in the middle part also, then I need to move some modules there so that they're partially in there. Let's put this here, and then we also need one to the opposite side in the middle. And then just normal walls go everywhere. Now that I look at it, I might want to, because now I have these holes because I placed these window modules in the middle, and we don't of course want the holes, but we could make the room look a little bit more interesting with something we built manually for a while. So what if I put 48 by 48 piece here, maybe 40 by 40, it fits nicely between these walls, and then I cut it. Oh, it needs to be selected, so I cut it from the middle part and then move it so that it aligns with the window. And now when I look at the textures, I could maybe move it here, and then I can apply this texture on the brush. So I make this kind of so it's not 90 degrees, but more interesting looking edge. And the only reason I put it here because I have this gap I have to hide, and this is the lazy and easy way to hide it. Really simple. And then when it comes to texture line, I think I can just fit 50% of the other texture, and it fits very nicely. And now I have made another module which I can then copy around. And place it where I want. Now this is a problem also, it didn't fit here, this I didn't expect or think about, but I think I can just push it back a little. Where is this? This is there, I can put it here. A little bit backwards so that one can enter through the door, and then I can make this back to world spawn, and I can drag these vertices so that it fits nicely. That looks good. Also I need to do this again, and it fits nicely. Now it looks interesting, and I made some interesting geometry just by hiding some kind of, well, sloppy building. So you don't have to be a perfectionist, and sometimes fixing some kind of sloppy work may result in more interesting geometry. I do the same here. This fits there, and then I have this little corner I have to fix. Maybe I used that one. I think this round shape will make the room a little bit more interesting. I think. Maybe you think so as well. That goes there. I press Ctrl G so I can snap it to this grid. And that goes there as well. Now there is something weird going on. And I fixed it by snapping it to the grid. And again I have small piece I just fit in, and now I made the room a little bit more interesting. Good. Now the top floor is almost ready, but you can see that there is no walls blocking these objects from spilling to the void, and the bedroom is not separated. So we will now combine these. So again I choose the module I have been working with here, and I make sure I have grid 4 active, and then I make a box again around all the geometry I have. And note that now I move this so that it covers this last module. You see it here clipping through. And now when I make the room, you see that the new room brush fills the area between these. So it basically breaks this area from that area. The roof we can just expand so that it covers. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. I just do the same job for this area. Now the downside is that I have to delete unnecessary brushes, but this is an easy way to make sure everything is sealed. So now everything is sealed, but you see that there is a lot of clipping, which is because there are overlapping brushes. I know that this is the roof of the lower level. We can have it, I hide it. And we know this is the brush that was created now when I made the previous room brush. This can I delete. Now when I return the hidden parts, I see that I have a floor remaining. Also there is just one sealing brush here, so this room should be now sealed. I can check it by hiding all entities, and now I actually see that no, there's a hole in here. There is a hole in here as well. But it's okay, I can always expand this brush in both directions. Just a little bit more. And now this is fully sealed. And this is fully sealed. I put back the entities. Here we also have this clipping, which is because we created a floor here, and again we had this big brush here, so we don't really need this smaller brush. I can delete it, and now we're left with the ceiling brush here, and we don't have anything else overlapping. Again I can hide all the entities, and I can see that yeah, there is absolutely no holes in here. I can't see the void, so all is well. Next thing what we do is that we make it possible from moving to this room into this room, and now we have a brush here blocking the way, and I simply cut a hole so that I can get through this door to this door, and I can easily see where the gap is. It goes here, I cut that part. It goes here, I get that part. And then I need to cut it from the top, of course, as well. Like that. Oh, that was a mistake. Did I cut it? I apparently didn't. Let's try it again. Cut. And cut. Ah, that explains it. I actually have two brushes overlapping here. I can delete this, and then I have that remaining. Yes. So now I have made a hole. If I hide it, I have a hole here. But I'm not deleting this part because I can make it into a vis portal. So I move it and I carefully place it so that it's exactly between these world spawn brushes. So it fits nicely, and then I can just say that make vis portal. And now we have a vis portal between these doorways. This is func static, this is func static, and these are world spawn ceiling brushes. And now you can see that when we cut, it became calc, which looks very bad in the game, so I will just apply this wooden texture in here. Oh. This calc comes from the another wall that was here, so I think we have two walls overlapping because of the way we did. Yes, now I removed the non-necessary one. Let's see if we have too many brushes overlapping here. Hide. This is too much. I remove it, and then we only have what is needed. And let's fix this doorway texturing. And then I return all the entities. This is what it now looks like. We have a doorway which leaves here. And we can immediately place a door in there also. We had the door prefabs here. I can select the door. I don't want to take the vis portal. We don't need it because we had a vis portal there already. So I just copy this door and I throw it in its place. Rotate. And there. Some safety specialists say that doors should always open towards the rooms, so we want to turn it maybe like this. And I want it to open this direction. So let's see. I can't select the door properties because it's grouped, so I have to ungroup it, and then I can look at the door properties. And this rotate spawn argument dictates which direction it rotates. Okay, we can actually now also change this ceiling texture to something more appealing. Maybe like wooden texture, wooden boards, that's a good one. And now we need to make a hole here so that one can reach from the basement or the first floor to the second floor. And again, we will use the clipper, which is I think one of the most valuable tools in the mapper's arsenal. First I cut this floor in this direction, then I will cut it along the stairwell. Actually, this is good. And then I can just using this resizing tool to make the opening for the stairwell. Now we can move from here to here. Also some texturing work needs to be done to fix all of this caulk. That's easy to do. Like this. Now we have a nice path from the bottom part to the upper part. Yes. Now, looking at the plan, we were supposed to have this entirely open. So we need to actually enlarge the opening. So I do it here. And I think for this corridor, or this catwalk maybe, let's see now, there is something like 3 3. I can cut it from here. Like this. And this I can put to the side. And now it's open. I can copy this texture alignment here and apply it to all of these. It's done. All good. Might need some support beams so that it looks better. I think I could certainly put a window here. What would look better? Or then I only have one window that is in the middle part. Maybe that's the best choice. So now I can just swap these modules around so that it looks better. I think that's a certainly better place for a window. Yes. So, at this point I think I'm sorry, I'm ready to test. I'm ready to test this. So I create a player start here. Player start is not the only thing that is necessary. It's gonna be very dark in there, so we need to put some lights. So let's put a torch flame, which fills most of the space quite nicely, and maybe I put one light and make it a big one. Like this. And also the bedroom. Each one at this stage. So then we can test. Yes, so I'd say DMap bakery. Oh, it leaked. There is a good tool here, point file, which is used to find leaks. So according to this, there is a leak somewhere here. So I remove all entities. And then I can look, and indeed there is a mapping mistake here, and I can see the void. So let's just fix it. Now the void cannot be seen anymore, so it's probably alright. Save and try again. And leaked again, so I have a mistake somewhere else. Where might that be? Oh! I have left some modules in the void. Let's put the modules back into the game area. Okay. Let's test now. And the DMap is okay. And voila. It's a start anyway.